So our topic of discussion this day, we are just going to expound more, that is on the HIV and AIDS disease, as well as just looking at the steps that Kenya has made as far as AIDS is concerned, that is from the time the first case was reported in Kenya. We'll also get an opportunity to just also look at HIV, that is in the global sphere, just as well looking at what are some of the steps that the world has made as far as HIV is concerned, and definitely this is according to the World Health Organization. Later on, I'll have a one-on-one, that is with Stella Nyambura, who is a person living with HIV as well as HIV awareness advocate. But right now, let us just start by looking at that is HIV worldwide. As I mentioned earlier on, today, that is the 1st of December. The world is marking World AIDS Day, and the theme is equalize. Definitely, we will be looking at statistics, that is according to the National AIDS Control Council, that is as far as Kenya is concerned. But now, according to the World Health Organization, the global HIV response is in danger, even as HIV remains a major public health issue that affects millions of people worldwide. Over the last few years, progress towards HIV goals has stalled. Resources have shrunk and millions of lives are at risk as a result of this. And definitely this is why the World Health Organization has chosen Equalize to be the theme of this year's World AIDS Day. Now, division, disparity, and disregard for human rights are among the failures that allowed HIV to become and remain a global health issue. On 1st December, which is a day like today, WHO joins partners to commemorate World AIDS Day 2022 under the theme Equalize. WHO is calling on global leaders and citizens to boldly recognize and address the inequalities which are holding back progress in ending AIDS, and equalize access to essential HIV services, particularly for children and key populations and their partners, men who have sex with men, transgender people, people who use drugs, sex workers, and people in prison. Definitely, these are just brings up the theme for this year's World AIDS Day, that is Equalize. And right now, let us just try and look at statistics, that is as far as the National AIDS Control Council is concerned, that is as of 2021. Definitely, today we will definitely probably be getting new statistics, but the statistics that we are going to look at right now are as of 2021. Now, that is 1,435,271 people are living with HIV in Kenya. That is as of 2021. Out of the 1,435,271 people, 32,027 new infections occurred in Kenya, that is in 2021. Out of the 32,027, 5,294 were among adolescents aged 10 to 19 years. Now, 1.2 million people are on antiretroviral therapy, that is ART. And these are drugs that suppress the virus to undetectable. We will definitely just also be looking at that is the U equals U, or undetectable is equals to untransmittable. And that is as a result of 2021 as well, 19,486 deaths were recorded. Remember, this is according to the National AIDS Control Council. As I've mentioned right there, the statistics are as of 2021, and today probably the Minister of Health will be sharing new statistics as of 2022. So there is 1.4 million people living with HIV in Kenya. 32,027 new infections were recorded, that is in 2021, and 5,294 cases were among adolescents aged 10 to 19 years. We've also seen that 1.2 million people are currently on ART, which are drugs that suppress the virus. Now, moving on, let us just try to understand that is the 90-90-90 progress in Kenya. Definitely, as I mentioned earlier on, we will just be having a one-on-one with Stella Nyambura, who is a person living with HIV as well as HIV awareness advocate. She'll just help us in understanding these figures as well as the 90-90 progress that is in Kenya. Now, 90-90 is a concept introduced by the United Nations program on HIV/AIDS that is in 2013. 90-90-90 is a set of goals. The idea is that by 2020, 90% of people who are HIV infected will be diagnosed. 90% of people who are diagnosed will be on ART. And 90% of those who receive ART will be virally suppressed. I know that these are new terms, and definitely with the video that I will be playing later on, you'll just get to understand what exactly do we mean by ART, what do we mean by undetectable, what do we mean by untransmittable, as well as virally suppressed. Let us now also look at statistics as far as the 90-90-90 progress in Kenya is concerned. Now, 90% people are aware of their HIV status. 82% of HIV treatment. That is for the 90-90 now. 82% of people are on HIV treatment, which is 74% of all people living with HIV. That is in Kenya. 92% are virally suppressed, which is 68% of all people living with HIV. Now, just looking at viral suppression is defined as suppressing or reducing the function and that is replication of the virus that is in someone's body. So we'll just get to understand what exactly is U equals U, which is undetectable is equals to untransmittable. Now, I had a one-on-one that is with Doreen Moracha earlier on. Let us just try to understand with the help of her what exactly is U equals U. Let us listen in.
Today is World AIDS Day, and being World AIDS Day, we get to celebrate the hope, the resilience, the courage of people living with HIV. And the HIV has been in Kenya for 37 years now, but it has been in the world for 40 years so far. And a lot of steps have been made, from no treatment to now there is treatment, to people living their lives beyond HIV. And one of the recent scientific steps that have been made is I don't know whether I say the innovation of U equals U, where U equals U basically means undetectable equals untransmittable. When I say that, I mean if you take your ARVs correctly every day, you reach a point where the virus is controlled. And that means it becomes undetectable. So the English word is control, the medical world is undetectable. So basically the virus is controlled, and when you reach U equals U, it means you cannot infect your partner sexually. Women can give birth to HIV negative children, and your life basically becomes healthy because now you're not affected by opportunistic infections or any other disease. So U equals U is the game changer. It's the hope that the world needs, and everybody needs to know, like it's basically supposed to be everybody's business, whether you're HIV negative or you're HIV positive. Because if you're negative and in a discordant relationship, discordant is where one partner is negative, the other one is positive. So whether you're in such a relationship, whether you have a same status relationship, you are still able to basically not infect each other, because there's the issue of reinfection, and also you cannot infect your partner. So U equals U does not mean you're HIV negative. It means you have managed to control the virus. And the only way to achieve U equals U is to take your ARVs and maintain a proper health diet. Of course, be stress-free, accept your status. Some people ask, how long does it take before you reach undetectable? 6 months. 6 months. You take your treatment properly for 6 months, you become undetectable. So as you take your ARVs, remember the goal is to stay undetectable at all times.
Well, definitely that is a Doreen Moracha, who is a person living with HIV as well as a HIV awareness advocate, just trying to help us understand of these new terms that I've been just reading to you, and also helping us understand what exactly they mean. She's just been able to explain to us what U equals U means, and definitely that is undetectable is equals to untransmittable. And this is where someone that is living with HIV reaches a point where they've been able to suppress the virus in terms of just controlling the virus, that it's now in a particular state that it cannot multiply in that person's body.